Imagine having a hidden ability that lets you understand what people are really thinking. You can sense their emotions, predict their decisions, and gently guide their actions. It doesn't matter if it's your boss, a close friend, a stranger, or even someone you secretly like. This isn't magic. It's psychology. Pure psychology. The same science used by influential leaders, skilled negotiators, and powerful manipulators to shape behavior without others even realizing it. In this video, you're about to learn some of the darker psychological techniques that can turn an average person into someone who deeply influences others. But listen carefully. This is for learning purposes only. Use it responsibly, because once you understand these ideas, you'll never see people the same way again. Let's start with a powerful concept known as the reverse desire effect. People often crave the very thing they're told not to do. This is a basic human instinct, and when you understand it, you can guide someone's behavior without pushing them at all. Think about it. If someone says, "Don't turn around," what's the first thing your mind wants to do? Turn around. The same happens online. If someone says, "Don't watch this video," curiosity kicks in, and you want to click. That's the reverse desire at work. You never directly ask for what you want, yet the other person ends up doing exactly that. For example, if you need a favor from a friend and you ask directly, they might ignore it or say no. But if you casually say, "I needed help with something, but it's probably too hard for you," their ego gets triggered. Suddenly, they want to prove they can do it. You never force them. You simply nudge their impulse. That's why this technique is effective, risky, and often invisible to the person experiencing it. Control the impulse, and you control the outcome. Next comes the art of shaping decisions through limited options. Most people believe they make choices freely, but in reality, they only pick from what's placed in front of them. The real power lies in designing the options, not demanding the result. Imagine you want your friend to go out with you. If you ask directly, they can easily refuse. But if you ask, "Should we go for pizza or burgers?" the situation changes. They feel in control because they're choosing. Yet both answers lead to the same result. They go out with you. This is how choice framing works. It's used everywhere, from political campaigns to marketing offers. Deals like buy one get one free or 50% off on 2 items make you feel smart for choosing. But either way, you're buying. People don't want complete freedom. They want guided freedom where their pride stays intact. Control the options, and you influence the decision. Another subtle tool is guilt-based influence. Guilt is a powerful emotion that can move people more effectively than pressure. When someone feels forced, they resist. But when they feel guilty, they soften on their own. Suppose a friend keeps promising to meet you, but always cancels. If you confront them aggressively, they may pull away even more. But if you calmly say, "I understand. If I really mattered, you might have found the time," something changes. That statement acts like a mirror. It reflects their behavior back to them. Guilt starts to build, and suddenly they want to explain themselves, reconnect, and even apologize. You didn't demand anything. You simply allowed their conscience to do the work. Now let's talk about emotional control. Most human decisions are not driven by logic. They're driven by feelings. Whoever controls the emotional state controls the direction of the mind. This is emotional hijacking. It happens when someone is influenced during moments of fear, love, anger, pride, or guilt. In these moments, decisions are made based on how things feel, not how they actually are. This is why speeches that move people emotionally are more powerful than lists of facts. When emotions are activated, logic takes a back seat. That's how people make choices they later regret. If you want to influence someone's thinking, start by understanding and guiding their emotional state. People may forget the arguments you gave them, but they never forget how you made them feel. Finally, there's one of the most underestimated forms of power: silence. True strength often comes from saying less, not more. You may have experienced this growing up. When someone yells at you, it feels intense. But when someone stays quiet and simply looks at you, the tension becomes even heavier. Silence forces the mind to fill in the gaps. People assume the loudest person is the strongest, but real influence often belongs to the one who listens and observes. When you remain quiet, the other person starts to feel uneasy. Doubt, fear, and guilt begin to rise. For example, if you want the truth from someone, don't interrogate them. Simply say, "I already know," and then stop talking. The silence does the rest. Or during an argument, instead of shouting, maintain eye contact and stay calm. That quiet confidence weakens their position in their own mind. Silence gives weight to your presence. When everyone is talking, be the one who pauses. When you want to project authority, reduce your words. When used correctly, these psychological tools can deeply influence how people think and act. If this knowledge helped you understand human behavior even a little better, consider staying connected, because more insights like this are coming. And now it's time to take action. You can challenge yourself for the next 7 days to apply these ideas consciously and build a stronger, more aware version of yourself. The full roadmap for that challenge is explained in the next video on your screen. Click it, watch it, and I'll see you there.